Hello everybody, it's Saints Man, the small van courier on the CX. It is Saturday the 3rd. Just going to do an update from where I left you last, which was Tuesday evening. It's 12:10 on a Saturday. So, last thing was, I was in Leicester, waiting for the COVIDs to go to Aylesbury, which we did on Tuesday. That finished that day off nicely. Wednesday, I picked up a job from a small job. I had a funny day Wednesday, still a good earner. I picked up a small job from near me, 15 miles it was, but it was from Rusden and I'd got sort of 12 miles to get there. So quoted 35 and got it, and that was to Corby. Don't know what I was going to get out of Corby. It was about 10 o'clock, but picked a job up from Corby, believe it or not, about a mile away. Don't happen very often, does it? And that took me down to Dartford, although it was past Dartford, over the bridge, and it was about 2 miles past the bridge. A small engineering company, which, no problem, small pallet. And now at London. This video is going to be London and hospitals and jobs in London. I went and found some fuel because I hadn't fueled up. I wanted some fuel, so I went and found some fuel. I got UK Fuels cards, and it was sort of went back towards Dartford, only about a mile and a half away. Sat in a garage, fueled up, got myself a coffee, and jobs just pinging into London. And I didn't want to go into London. I'd already got good mileage on the first one, pence per mile. So then I'd got to get back as well. I was looking for a job back to the Midlands, somewhere at the Midlands. But they weren't appearing. They was going everywhere but the Midlands. They were going south. There was jobs to Southampton, job to Brighton. I didn't want any of them. And then I got a job come up from Bexley Heath to Norwich, which I'm sure, I thought I've done this job before. I'm sure I have. And it's for a shipper I do a lot of work for. It was COVID to Norwich. I thought I don't want to end up at Norwich really, but I bet the money will be good, and if I do, I worked out how much I could do it. So if I did the dead miles from Norwich to home, which is a lot, it's about 120. Because where this COVID guy, you'll know this, the COVID guys who deliver COVID to Norwich, it's about 15 miles north of Norwich, 10 miles, 15 miles. So I was going to be doing about 120 miles, dead miles, because I've got to get back Wednesday night. Normally I would just tramp. I would take it to Norwich and tramp, but I'd got to get back. But I looked at what I'd quoted before, and I thought, yeah, but I need the mileage home. I'd got good mileage. I worked out if I quoted this amount, I quoted about 25 quid more than what I normally would. If I get it, then if I do the dead miles home, I'm still going to be on about 56 pence, which isn't brilliant, but it gets me home. And I also get over 200 for the day. It worked out 216 for the day, less the 2 Dartford Bridge and the tunnel. So that's, I've got an account, so it's just under 6 quid. So 210 for the day. It's not bad money. So I took it. I bid on it, didn't take it. I got given it. Phoned up. It must have been short. There weren't many drivers around Bexley. There was loads in London, but no one really wants to go to Norwich. I wouldn't want to stay in Norwich at night, because there's so many vans now going to Norwich with COVID that the next morning there's probably 6 vans in that area. Big Beardy will tell you this, and they're all looking for jobs out, and they're entering. Norwich is pretty poor. You do well to get out, and also if you do get out of Norwich, you're going to be quoting quite low to get out because someone's going to undercut you. So Norwich is not the best place for me to tramp. So anyway, drove home Wednesday night. Got to the bike night, All Seasons Cafe. Motorbikes, we have a bike night. My wife, my daughter's stepdaughter, and I got there about 8:20. Just went straight from Norwich back and went to the bike night. It was closing down, sort of finishes about 9:30, 9:00, but still a few there. Thursday was my day off. The reason it was day off is because the Citroen Elenco that I run was having service. My mate was servicing it in the morning, so I decided to have the day off. I weren't going to hang around. He says he's hoping to get it done, but might be later on. So I said, don't worry, I'm taking the day off. And that was all done. He said the van's in great nick, oils and stuff, and filter, whatever they do, they service it. And I picked it up later in the day, took my wife out. My wife had the day off, so I went out to some lunch somewhere. Really nice to get a day off. And then ready for Friday. Friday, there was a job on there. There was a job on there Thursday night. Let's go back. Thursday night, I looked at the feed, and there was a job on there, Northampton to London, and it was SE23 near Crystal Palace. So it's a good trip down, and it was right close by the pickup, medical, and it was 4 miles from where I live. I didn't quote on it Thursday night. I thought I'm going to wait because Friday, we all know Friday's busy. And I thought, I'll see. It was an 8:30 pickup, so it's a good early start. So I thought, I'll get up in the morning. If it's still there, and I ain't got nothing else that's suitable. I didn't really want to go to London, but hey. So it was. I got up in the morning Friday morning, and it was still there. So quoted on it, over £1 a mile because I've got to go through London. I was going to avoid the congestion. I would go round it, down Hammersmith flyover, swing a left, go that way, and avoid the congestion of 15 quid. I've got Euro 6, so the rest is okay. ULEZ's alright. So I quoted over £1 a mile because it's London. It's not about how much per mile, it's about how long it takes you to get through London. And I got a phone call straight away. Yep, it was to a residential address in Crystal Palace. And it was just medicines. So picked that job up, one box. Had a pretty good rundown, really. Yeah, it was. It's a bit of a pain. It was, I don't know, 2.5 hours, nearly 3 hours, but money was good. So we did that one, but now I'm in London, and I don't want to be too far. But on the way down, I don't look at my feed because there's so many jobs in London. At one stage, when I looked on my mobile phone, I was in traffic, I put it on, and it says jobs, and there was 43 jobs. I thought, I'm not even going to look. Let me get to where I'm going to get to. Luckily, there was safe parking at Crystal Palace. In the notes, really good shipper. Put in the notes, there's safe parking, pull on the path outside, don't go on the drive, pull on the path, you'll be fine. And I was. And when I looked, there were still 20 odd jobs on there. I dismissed most of them because I didn't want them. But I wanted to get back out of London. I didn't want to stay in London. And there was one on there from London, and it was north, I forget where it was now. Well, it was the Chelsea and Westminster Hospital to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham. And it was a box to pick up from the theatres. I've done these before for this shipper. It is a bit of a pain, but he pays alright. You've got to go to the theatres reception. You've got to get the code for the box, and you've got to take it to the theatres in the next hospital. But I quoted quite good on it. I wanted to get out, and I got it straight away. And it says it's 1 o'clock pickup, and it was about 11:30, and I've got 7 miles to do. He says, don't get there, pick it up at 1. I said, okay. I thought, I'll make my way over there anyway. 7 miles, took me an hour and 20 minutes. I got there at 10 to 1. Good job, I went straight away. Luckily, the bloke at the barrier was really good. I went in, I says, I don't know where I go. I'm collecting, I'm a commercial, a courier. He told me where to park around the back, free. Chelsea and Westminster, went in, picked it up. Not too much aggro. I was out of there by 20 past 1, quarter past 20 past 1. Getting out of London, up to the M40 from West London, Hammersmith flyover, all that. Took me a long while. But got it to Birmingham for about 4 o'clock. Quick tip, if anyone goes to Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham, quick tip for you guys, go up to the main entrance, you see where the ambulances park, you go up into the main entrance, the ambulances are parked there. There's it's like a big semicircle by a roundabout, and that's where the ambulances back up, and then they park there if they're waiting. You can park there on the right hand side. Just put I've got a laminated courier thing that I put in the window. Just put that in the window, and I was fine. I've been there 3 times and done that, and I've been fine. But finding the theatres, Jesus Christ, it's a massive hospital. It's a massive hospital. You walk miles, but all good. Got that done, and that's Friday. Job's done. I've done for the week. Got back to the van. I've got 55 miles to do. I thought I'll have a look at the feed, and there was jobs in Birmingham, and there weren't no drivers available. There couldn't have been, because as soon as I put I was available, I had 2 phone calls. But they were offering me work from Birmingham going away north, and I want to go back to near Northampton. So I said, sorry guys, I'd help you out. I said, but I want to go home. I want to get home. I says, I'm on a long enough day as it is. I'm looking for jobs towards Rugby, Coventry, Northampton, Leicester, and that's about it. If I don't get that, I ain't that fussed. They were fine about it, they'd understood Friday. And then a job popped up Birmingham to Coventry. There was another hospital, a different hospital, only a mile away. Be ready at 5. Brilliant. I quoted on it. I thought, should I quote cheap? I thought, no, it's Friday. I thought, I'll see. If I don't get it, I don't get it. I got it. Quoted more than £1 a mile. Picked it up. It wasn't quite ready. It was about a 10-15 minute wait, which is a bit of a pain on Friday, but it's okay. And it was just some, I don't know, it's a parcel like that. It was going to a microbiology place in Coventry, which I'd never been to before. But picked it up, no problem, and delivered it. Yeah, got it there. It was just ASAP, but it did say the place shut at 5:30. I'm not going to get there for 5:30. It was about 20 to 6, quarter to 6, but there was still people there. Some biology place on University of Warwick or some science part thing. Still people there, no problem. Dropped that off, and then I've only got 38 mile from home, and that's good enough for me. I won't do no more. Actually pulled in my drive at 7 o'clock, and that was getting fuel and doing all my paperwork in the van. So, a good week. I only did 4-day week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday the van was serviced, Friday I did. Monday was a mega day for me, as I said in a previous video. I did 3:20 on a Monday with just a Birmingham toll to take off, so I did 3:14:10. I did 2:31 in money on Tuesday, 2:16 Wednesday, and 2:11 on Friday. So I've hit my target. 200 is normally a top target. I'll take 175. As long as I've got no expenses like hotels or anything like that. So all in all, my mileage for the week was 1,544 because I did stack a mile Monday, and I did that 100 odd miles home from Norwich on Wednesday. My money was 966 and 10 pence after my tolls. I had 2 Dartford crossings as well, so take them off as well. I averaged 62p over the week. That would have been way over 65 if I hadn't done that dead miles on Wednesday, 120 on miles Wednesday. And 65 is a target I try and hit. And I'm getting close. I've hit it a couple of weeks. I'm just under. But 62 pence, so 966.10. £966 10 pence for 4 days. So, not going to complain at that. I did have an unexplained X's. I had 2 new tyres put on Monday. 150 quid, and my service for the van, complete service, was 165, so 315. But that, I don't count that as weekly. I budget for the year for my van, and that will come in my budget for the year for the tyres and servicing. It all comes in. I'll spread it over 52 weeks or whatever. So all in all, good week. So that's the end for me. Hope you enjoy it as well. Cheers, guys.